Yeah. Yes. Gamers, rise up. How are we today? I was worrying there. I wasn't doing the thing. I'm just gonna put it up on my phone. I was gonna go to the toilet and everything, but I'm just gonna have to do this. Right. Sorry, excuse me while I. Oh, what's this? YouTube. I managed to get there just in time. So yeah. Uh, let's talk about the MCU again because I feel like there's a lot of it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? It's Darth Maul's lightsaber. You either get stabbed in the front or stabbed in the back, but either way, you're getting stabbed. So the comic fans are probably the worst offenders to like or dislike the MCU. They are the worst offenders because they know their shit. So when they're out here talking about things happening that shouldn't be happening and vice versa, that's great. But they're the worst offenders because guess who comes out the pipeworks? The MCU fans. Hello, viewer, how are you? Not the comic readers, yeah? The MCU fans make the comic fans look bad for nitpicking when they're not. They're literally telling you what the issue is with this characterization. So the comic fans, yeah, that dislike stuff about the MCU are more than happy to say this shouldn't have happened, but they are the worst offenders because they make the MCU fans who watch a show because Millie Bobby Brown is in it, or I've always liked this character. Major never even existed before the MCU. She was an original character. Fuck off. It's like those people that make their entire Facebook personality a Netflix show. I can't I can't understand that. I really can't. And I would have said something there, but I'm gonna say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow. No, no. Hello again, viewer. Another viewer. Sorry, how are you? I can hopefully speak a bit better on this stream. It's like my brain just short circuits. Seeing that movie is a short circuit with the robot. I think I've seen number two on a Christmas holiday period on the BBC or the ITV. Who's Pial, the shit Colaccini? Um, those people that are on Facebook and their entire personality has to revolve around the fucking Netflix show of the week. Like, get a grip. But anyways, yeah, Spain getting a grip. Shot. Save. It's like people out there literally think that on Facebook, their entire life has to revolve around a season of a show. But yeah, Spain, Portugal sort of nearly have it through into Spain. And it's just annoying. It's like, oh, look at me. I'm a big fan of this Facebook propagandization of Netflix shows where we promote them. And it's like, okay, promote them, talk about them. But to make that your personality trait, come on, man. It's disgusting. People like that are the weirdos on Facebook who need their hard drive checked. And I'm not trying to be horrible, but when you're on Facebook and you see those idiots posting religiously 24/7, it's okay to like a TV show. It's okay to love a TV show. It's okay to want to talk about a TV show. But when every single hour you're reposting things, like you're a fan account. Be a fan account. It's not, can't speak. It's not sad if you put yourself as a fan account, but when this is your personal Facebook and you're spamming our feeds with reposts every half hour of Stranger Things theories or Wednesday shippings, what are we meant to do? You know what I mean? So, and again, it's not a knock on people who are, nerds. Be nerds, but there's a difference between being a nerd and talking about a TV show and then obsessively reposting every single thing that comes into your feed to put it into our feeds. That's just my opinion. It's kind of like I'm not a big fan of when people repost things anyways. It's like I'm your Facebook friend because I want to see stuff about you. I don't want to see stuff about a TV show you're watching and memes and stuff. My sister, when I used to speak to her, she would tag us in a lot of stuff. I would just ignore them. And it's just like, why? I don't understand the whole tagging culture. I feel like I'm in the wrong generation. I don't understand why you would tag somebody in something. Just send it to them. Like, I'm sorry, right? But instead of making a Facebook post and saying, I'm gonna tag at, I don't know, Mario to go to at Bowser's birthday party at the Bowser Castle or something. Make a mini group chat or send it to them individually and say we should go with Bowser and we should go with Mario to the Bowser Castle or Summit, for example. I feel like the tagging culture is just another way for attention on Facebook. I don't mind it on Instagram. Instagram, it's perfectly fine. Tagging is perfectly fine when somebody's in a picture and you tag them in it. But when you see an event on Facebook and then you tag somebody in it, to me, just send it to them privately. There's a difference between sending it to them privately, yeah, and just if it's a picture of them, that's fine. You tag them in there because that's a picture of them and it shows up on their feed as well. Good. But when it's literally an unrelated thing that you think, oh, I fancy doing this with this person, and then I'll tag them in, send it to them privately, copy the link or something. Oh, shot by Portugal. We're not messing about. That was a decent-ish shot. But what can you do? Hello, viewers. How are you? I do hate social media, to be honest with you. I feel like it's a cesspool. Obviously, Twitter's down the shitter. Instagram is fine, I guess, but it's more like Insta scam. You see all of these models on there, all of these rich people who are like, I'm so cool, look at me. But you know, for a fine fact, 50% of those, if not a larger percentage, are crying behind closed doors. All of these happy couples on Instagram, it's like those memes that you see where it's like the happy couple on Instagram. But you know that they've just called each other a bitch and a cunt to the other's face 2 minutes before the picture. But we need to get a picture. Fuck off. It's honestly sad. Social media is pathetic as a part of society. Oh, I think he was on side as well, to be honest with you. He's in good form. Also, Basil Brush. I think he was on side, was he? No, no, close. It's like, okay, social media is good, but I think the amount of it that is used is sad. I don't get withdrawal symptoms if I don't go on Instagram for a few days. Obviously, I go on Instagram to check out that guy's jokes Instagram page because he's the only uh, meme page I follow on Instagram. I go on Reddit when I'm on public transport to check up to date with r/soccer, so I know what's actually happening in the soccer world, the football world, and r/NUFC. Again, same reason. But But yeah. Anthony Taylor's there. What on earth is he doing at the World Cup? What on earth is he doing at the World Cup? I didn't even realise he's just another ball referee, but you say his name, I know who he is. Anyways, social media is like, and I'm not trying to be a preacher for a social media blackout, but, and I know YouTube is classed as social media, do not get me wrong, but I spend more time now watching movies on DVD or playing games than I do using social media. And even then, I've always maintained that 9 out of 10 times, if it were the case, if I had everybody's phone number, I wouldn't use social media because I use Facebook to use Messenger to message people. I use Instagram to check out one meme page. I use Reddit to check out two subreddits. I don't use Twitter. I use Discord because it's a group chat with a few friends. I don't even use WhatsApp apart from, relatives, I guess, and a friend that's living in Hong Kong. So, but yeah, it's, yeah, that's not a penalty. I don't think it's a penalty because he also trips over his own player. He trips a bit into, is it how Felix was there? Portugal on the attack. Ronaldo, corner. Awful. I don't want to say save, whatever it was trying to be. Awful. Anyways, that was awful from Spain. Um, I would just much rather um watch films, TV shows, read, play games, go outside, you know. See that Anthony Taylor saw the player get pushed down, but it's like if I put him down there, I've got to then explain why Ronaldo wasn't a penalty. Um, See, I go on these weird tangents, all to do with Marvel films being bad, and it goes to social media. I don't agree with social media being moderated in a sense. I agree with the idea behind it, but the reasoning is to track people's data. I mean, let's be honest, our government, England, they're not hiding the fact that they're wanting to pry on our data. I mean, the fact that they're thinking about banning VPNs because it's unethical or something is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot seriously tell me that VPNs should be banned. But obviously, the government like to keep a track of where we are. At this point, you might as well just get rid of the government, overthrow them, you know, stick a bunch of bandicoots in charge. The whole country will be run a lot better. The fact that we're now having to maybe have VPNs banned, awful over the bar, is because the government have too much power. But who do the government answer to? Nobody. Who say? Boo. Like, I'm not saying get violent with the government. Overthrow to me just means ensure that they don't exist in the capacity that they do. I feel like if you're going to ban VPNs, You're literally saying we want to keep a track of everything you do on the internet. Is that not an invasion of privacy? Aren't there things put in place to flag any weird suggestions? The fact that the government are allowing ChatGPT to exist, which has, if you can bypass the system, which apparently is very easy to do, can give you ideas on how to formulate a school shooting. There's literally a journalistic video on YouTube about it, yeah? If you can do that, if you can keep ChatGPT open, despite the fact that you can literally ask it how to shoot up a school and it will tell you, why are you wanting to ban VPNs? Is it because it hides where we are IP address wise? But I don't care about the government. Every single one of those in charge, yeah, what are they going to do? It's like they've all got the same brain, but only one of them can have the body. So when one goes out, another comes in. It's ridiculous. I've not once felt happy with any government party in charge, with any prime minister. David Cameron was mocked in school. Boris Johnson was only good for the memes. I forgot about Liz Truss actually. She existed. Theresa May existed as well. Rishi Sunak was like, we're all going to have to do army military service, but my kids won't. And then Keir Starmer was just, well, I mean, his resignation being applauded says enough, doesn't it? Spain, oh, wonderful curl, pushed away. Spain, oh, another good save by Diogo Costa. Good double save. Excuse me. But yeah, we need something and someone better. And it's not even about the government political party that's in charge. They're all the same. I would much rather just not have any political parties in charge. Because I feel like either way, the world is getting fucked. You can't be telling me that we need a government to stabilise when they're basically trying to get our money taken off us to fund other stuff when they're sitting on £40 billion. Come on. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Crossed in, head out away. What's happening? I can't think of one time that the world has said he was a good prime minister. I think the last one was Winston Churchill, but only because we won the war. I feel like if we didn't win the war, he wouldn't have been given the accolades. Yeah, Pepe. So yeah, but it's literally the government as a concept to me doesn't make any sense because either way the working class are getting fucked over. So thanks for that. Excuse me. But to reiterate about the government being overthrown, I don't mean it in a violent way. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I think the concept of the government needs abolished. That's a much better word to use. It needs abolished. Because just like the FA, there's no point in FIFA existing when the man himself is corrupt. There's no point in the government existing when our money is still being taken and they're sitting on £40 billion. There's no point of school systems working when they're not even listening to educational chiefs about what's better for the children. Boo! Which is an educational teacher is known to like the educational political segment and stuff he was saying about how as soon as screens entered, no matter how big or small they were in classrooms to learn, the knowledge of the students started to deplete year after year. But they're not going to do anything about it because it's computers. The school system is not going to be needed in about 30 or 40 years because, they're always going to be relying on AI. The schools are going to see that. The schools are going to sack off the teachers. In fact, forget about abolishing the government, forget about abolishing the FA, forget about abolishing, Hollywood and its AI practices. This entire world is going to get abolished in the next 50 years. It's ridiculous because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm not trying to be funny, but where is our society going? We are now breeding people. Oh, that sounds grim. We, the next generation onwards is going to be AI obsessed. 5-second TikTok clips using ChatGPT instead of Google. Imagine that. That's probably going to happen. ChatGPT is going to be used instead of Google for things. This world scares me. Over. And then obviously the whole Prince Andrew thing. But he's not a prince anymore, is he? If he wasn't the royal family, would he have been protected for as long as he was? Because now things are obviously coming out, rightfully so. But I'm just happy that my personal life doesn't have any drama in it. I just hate going on the news. Another reason I don't like society or the government. I go on the news and it's either racism or it's hate crimes or it's the working class gonna get fucked over, prices are gonna go up. It's people dying, wars happening, earthquakes. Let's have a happy news channel where things are actually being done. I can't think of one positive change any government leader has given since I was born. Well, let's start from David Cameron onwards, because I would have been old enough to know what politics was. I don't know why I saw you through a shaver. Iconic. That's a free kick. But yeah, it's cool. As long as whoever's in charge now, Andy Burnham, is it? Is that his name? As long as he can make this country great again. Was it ever great? Was England ever that good? But yeah. Anyways, Marvel. Hydration break will be happening after this anyways. Shot. Goal kick. Boo. I saw a Reddit comment and they were like, they now know that everybody's going to boo, so they're putting the music as soon as they can to drown it out. Typical Americans, Yankee Donkey Doos. Portugal. I like that. Tomorrow's game we're watching Switzerland, Colombia. I didn't even know. Have I watched? I don't think I've watched a single Colombian game. I didn't even know they were in the World Cup. Whoa, that was one of two good saves. Yeah, is that? Hang on a minute. Is that the Aston Villa, Donny? On their floor. You ever seen the prequel X-Men films? And I'm not talking about First Class because that movie's still one of the best X-Men films I've ever seen. I'm on about Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix. It's weird, isn't it? A lot of what made the first two X-Men films great was the thematic themes of segregation, of wanting to be good against a group who deemed themselves superior. And that just kind of didn't happen in X-Men Apocalypse. You had Apocalypse who wasn't even, he was a mutant, but it wasn't like a dramatic, yeah, we'll go, it's us against them. We're saving the humans. Magneto wants to eradicate them. Apocalypse just kind of existed. It's weird how Bryan Singer directed a solid X-Men trilogy in 1, 2, and Days of Future Past, and then just shut the bed massively into Apocalypse, deleting loads of scenes, hyping up Lana Condors if she was going to be the next big thing as Jubilee, and then just no. And then Dark Phoenix. What is that movie? I didn't mind it when I last watched it. So I don't know. I do feel more sympathetic towards Dark Phoenix because it was meant to be a 2 or 3 part movie, but obviously Disney fucked everything up with the acquisition of Fox to get the muties back into the full Marvel family, which is a shame. But I never vibed with the prequel cast apart from Cody Smith McPhee's Nightcrawler, which I don't know if that's like a controversial opinion to have, but I liked Cody Smith McPhee as Kurt Wagner, but I wasn't sold on Ty Sheridan as Cyclops. I wasn't sold on Sophie Turner as Jean Grey. I wasn't sold on. Well, I forget Angel is actually in X-Men Apocalypse, to be honest with you. I completely forget he's in the movie. I remember he was in The Last Stand because he's got that great scene at the start where he's a kid and he's trying to rip off his wings. But who is he in the Apocalypse? He's a beer drinking, high up in the corner fighter. So yeah, that's a bit harsh. That's harsh. Given against Pedro Neto. Chest rolled onto the hand. Unfair. Corner spin. But the New Mutants was fine. Obviously, I'm gonna rewatch it, but it was fine. I made a very big blunder. I bought uh, Ghost Rider and the New Mutants, thinking I didn't have them. Turns out I do. So I've kind of spent like a fiver on two DVDs I've never um, thought about actually looking deeper for to have. I just kind of assumed I got rid of them or something. So that was wonderful. I love Spirit of Vengeance. That's such an awfully shit, brilliant movie. I love it. Come on, Portugal, we're gonna throw the penalty, throw the ball. Um, but it's just a bit crazy. Um, excuse me. Um, excuse me. I love the X-Men. I love the trilogy that came out between 2000 and 2006, but not the prequel. Um, the Duology. First Class is a prequel as well, but because it's a good movie, I'm not going to call it an X-Men prequel film because to me that's like, oh, exactly that timeline. I like Psylocke, but no thanks. Nope. Portugal, clear the lines. I love Dazzler. She was in Dark Phoenix. Mm. I do feel like the MCU is going to better handle the X-Men than most others think. I just feel like it's going to be a bit of a deliberating period to figure out which muties are going to be in the MCU. They're not going to have just one woman like the very first issue. Free kick Portugal. But Gosh. 'If I was in charge of the prequel X-Men films, I would have kept in the star scene where the vibing in the music section or something, just stuff like that. Obviously, it's a bit weird when you've got the fucking Man and Hugh Jackman in a Weapon X cameo in Apocalypse and a 19-year-old or whatever. Sophie Turner's there, and it's like, whoa, it's bad enough. Not really. In the movies where it's like he's in his hundreds and he's fucking a 30-year-old Jean Grey, that's fine. That's two legal consenting adults. But when it's like she's 19 and he's that's there's got to be a line drawn for how old you can be past your hundreds and what lowest age limit you can go to fuck. That's just It's like that scene in the comics where they go, Bobby, you're gay. Do you hear me? You're gay. Whoa, oh, it's nearly 1-0. Oh, what a save. What a recovery. There's a X-Men issue where they made Iceman gay and it stuck, but I don't entirely know. Um, I don't entirely know how you can just make a character gay like that. Maybe they saw the whole X2 scene of have you tried not being a mutant? And then yeah, thought that would be a good place to put the gayness. But to me, Bobby Drake isn't gay. I grew up with him and Rogue as, boyfriend and girlfriend. And he was probably getting some smoochy woochy fantasies over Kitty Pride. The Obviously you want Rogue and Gambit to be together, but then Gambit was just wasted. Taylor Kish played him. And obviously Shannon Tatum. Oh, doesn't how Felix Ply is trade in Saudi Arabia. Whoa. Whoa, that looks like a hurley, but it did in the advertising board, man. He's fucking strong. Um, who's ripped? My own want of the X-Men is to just see more stories. You need people that are teenagers who are going to be the X-Men for 15 years of their life, but that's a massive commitment. But you're the X-Men. But I can't see how the X-Men is going to work because it's stupid for people to just be, you're a mutant, you're a freak. But the Lord, the Avengers, they love Spider-Man. You know, even the Hulk has become a pop culture icon. So I don't know how that's gonna pan out, but you know, Portugal free kick, good ball. But yeah, uh, Oh my, baby, let me love you now. So many ways to love you. Got me like, oh my gosh, I'm so in love. Found you finally. You make me wanna say, oh, 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 oh. Is Shoe still what? Is Shoe still what? Have you not got any more trainers? Mate, he makes probably 300 grand a week. He can afford trainers. If I can afford trainers, so can he. Shot. Oh, hit the bar. It hit the bar so hard it then a black line what was behind it. Just a reminder, 9 o'clock tomorrow we are watching the fuck who is it? Is it Switzerland, Colombia? Are Switzerland still in the World Cup? Are they? Pedro Porro. Oh my god. So found you from the you wanna say oh 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 my gosh. Try that again, mate. Gosh. Awful low cross. Yes, Spain. Yes, Portugal with the ball. Yeah, it's not been an exciting game. I mean, I say exciting. There's been some decent saves, but that's it really. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, so in love. Found you finally. Make me wanna say. Shot over. Awful. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Awful. Stop. Awful. Five, four, three, two, one. Wonderful. Caught. What was that? Offside, but what was that? Look at that. Disgusting. How is that? Probably made with AI MSK or something. Crossed in. Cross. Header. Offside. Yes, Portugal. They're just taking like the entire game is just slow. Portugal gonna take it quickly, Pedro Neto. He just keeps stopping and starting with the throwing, man. What's the point? He keeps picking up the ball and just throwing it. Is that like his character trait? He just grabs the ball for the throw and then just doesn't do it. Free kick. Not to Portugal, but to Spain. Where was that sound? Is that not a bit too far? Final Spain attack plan. I'll be back in it. Was it a few guineas, few sandwiches? I'm back. I've got a cornetto. You don't have one, but you can go to Aldi and get one. 169 or something, I think they were. Allow me to just get this cornetto wrap that off. Right. Sorry about this thing. But the future of DC is not looking bright. They should have just gave it to The Rock. I think that was their downfall, not having The Rock be James Gunn. Mhm. Your Black Adam is in the DCU, therefore it's becoming something that people don't want to see. As I've said multiple times, I want the DCU to succeed. I'm looking forward to watching Clayface a horror film, but I'm not looking forward to the future of the DCU. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Messi v Ronaldo. There's never going to be another one of those. Peaky Blinders, never seen. I may watch it one day. The Traitor's never seen it. Will I watch it? I don't know. Whoa, what happened to that? We're not watching USA Belgium. One day we'll watch tennis, but not now. What advert is this trailer? The Rapture. Is that a book? I feel like I've saw that book somewhere before, The Rapture. Hello, viewer. Sorry, I was just listening. Balogun from the USA is being allowed to play. I knew that before, but we're just talking about it a bit there. Donald Trump requested that Balogun, whatever his stupid name is, would be allowed to play despite being suspended. And then Belgium's FA got shut down by FIFA. You can't tell me it's not an arse-licking club. You can't tell me that Gianni Infantino is not, sucking off Donald Trump. He's bubba, maybe. England manager Thomas Tuchel raises justified concerns over following Balogun case. Well, everybody should be. Whilst Thomas Tuchel, I'd be saying, I want Eric Konza, or whatever his name is, to be suspended, red card wise. Otherwise, what's going to happen? Is that a screen that they've got? Someone just glitched a bit there. It's in the Matrix. Hit you with the chop, Ronaldo chop. You ain't gonna survive, you ain't gonna stop. What happened to him, man? He fell into the whole religious scam, and it's just one thing after the other. Turn around, come home, turn away from the enemy. Oh, I shouldn't be laughing. I don't believe in religion. I won't mock somebody for liking it, but I do think it's a scam. So maybe that's backhanded from me, but I would tell them how I feel. Oh, this guy can fuck off. I need a TV license. Guess what, mate? I bought a TV license and they're still harasses. Anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing more horror stuff in comic book films. I like that word, comic book films. I don't like superhero films. Superhero seems redundant. Comic books sound so much better. See the Man Thing film in 2005. Utter shit, not one redeeming thing about that movie. Their Wikipedia says it's a 2005 monster superhero film. Superhero. Man Thing is murdering people because it's a monster slasher film. There's no superheroes in it. Yeah. Even Rachel Taylor, who played, hang on, 4-2-3-1 formation, Portugal. Diogo Costa, Nuno Mendes, Veiga, Diaz, Cancelo, Vitinha, Raul Neves, Felix, Neto, Bruno Fernandes, and Ronaldo. Because I didn't read them out before. So, anyways, what I was explaining, hang on, sorry, Spain, 4-1-2-3, Simon. That's a quick transition. Cucurella, Laporte, Caparasi, Paulo, Rodri, Pedri, Dani Olmo, Baena, Yamal, Oyarzabal. That's a very quick. They don't usually take like 5 seconds to bloop around. It's usually a lot longer than that. Anyways, Man Thing is a monster film, but they've called it superhero because it's based off a comic book. Comic book films sound so much more mature. Superhero just seems like, oh, it's another superhero film. And that's what's annoying. Because the MCU is now making every movie the same. They've all got the same blueprint, it's just a different cast of characters and actors. But criticize the DC universe all you want. They've always tried to be different. They've always tried to treat each one of their projects as something different. Even the DCEU had variety between the grittier Metropolis and Gotham to the Birds of Prey movie. Shazam was a family-friendly film. Aquaman was, so bad it's good. Hello, viewers, how are you? So there's always a belief that the DCEU could be something special because at least they treat their characters as different. Whereas the MCU, every character is the same. That's ridiculous. But but Clayface comes out in October, and I'm looking forward to that. I love horror films. So now that there's a new comic book horror film based off a DC character, I'm really looking forward to that. To the point where I'll probably become a fan of that iteration of Clayface because of the film Matt Hagen, that iteration. I've not seen Creature Commandos, but I think that is his iteration that's in the cell. See, my DC cinematic universe to me would be the same as Marvel, obviously different years, but my Marvel cinematic universe. David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury, Wesley Snipes as Blade, The original X-Men trilogy, plus the Wolverine trilogy with Hugh Jackman, plus X-Men First Class because it ties into Days of Future Past. Um, Obviously, you've got the Deadpool films as well as Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix, plus the New Mutants, which are part of a different timeline, but they've all spun off from the original narrative. You've got Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, Eric Bana's Hulk, Thomas Jane's Punisher, the Tim Story Fantastic Four cast, Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, the Man-Thing character from the self-titled film, Jennifer Garner as Elektra. That's my MCU. And obviously, like I say, First Class counts as part of the main timeline, but Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix don't. However, it's still part of that timeline of films in a weird sense, such as the Deadpool films, which more or less take place in the sequel, prequel continuity because of that Easter egg gag in Deadpool 2. But it's like how I consider Spider-Man the new animated series and Blade the series as part of that same canon, purely based on the fact that it's alternate sequels to Spider-Man 1 and Blade Trilogy respectively, so you might as well just put it in as a Elseworlds alternative take. But for DC, they never really made that many movies of different characters around that period. Is that ball out? So my mid 2000s would be like Christian Bale's Batman, Brandon Routh's Superman, which is actually Christopher Reeve's Superman, Helen Slater as Supergirl purely for that, Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, Josh Brolin as Jonah Hex, the Watchmen cast in its own, universe, but very similar to the mid 2000s because of the way that the films were released. That came out in 2010. Obviously, the Watchmen went into DC Comics proper in a failed experiment, and was it Clockwork, Doomsday Clockwork or something? And that didn't work out all that well. So yeah. But my era of DC was the mid 2000s before the DCEU properly took into effect. You know what I mean? Like my Batman growing up was Christian Bale. My Superman growing up was Christopher Reeve slash Brandon Routh. But more so Brandon Routh because I had the Superman Returns action figure with the cape and the DS game which I loathed so much, so I hated it. Um, but yeah, so obviously I've rambled on a bit, but what else can you do when there's nothing really happening in the game? It's just passing. Has there been a shot so far this second half? Maybe one, but it's just like it stopped start or it's just passing. Or like now, they try to attack but then nothing happens, so it's like redundant, isn't it? You know. But that's my Portuguese player. That's not a face that says I can carry on, Gaffer. That's like I'm tired, boss. But I was getting nostalgic remembering my Superman Returns action figure with the fabric red cape and movies on, so whatever. You know, I had a Christian Bale Batman figure that was similar to that. Plus, um, him on the Bat bike from The Dark Knight. Crazy. Why are you bringing a baby to a football match for? You put headphones on her for a reason because she's probably going to get overstimulated by the noise. So it's like, why are you bringing a baby into a football match? It's Americans, though, isn't it? Is that the Aston Villa, Donny? It is? Portuguese substitution now. Nuno Mendes off. Nelson Semedo on. 4 changes left. So yeah, my DC era was literally Christopher Reeve slash Brandon Reeve, Christian Bale, Josh Brolin's Jonah Hex, the Watchalong film, Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. No Wonder Woman. I never properly grew up with Wonder Woman. I had the Linda Carter series and reruns on the horror TV channel on Freeview, which was like sci-fi during the day, horror by 3 p.m. for one movie, one B movie, and then from 9 p.m. proper horror stuff. But not really licensed stuff because obviously it's a Freeview channel and they're weird with licenses. It's more like the Drew Barrymore movie was on. Stephen King one. She's got a cat or something. Um, don't know why I remember that movie existed. I don't know why I remember Drew Barrymore's in that movie or why there's a black cat. I think that might have been the first horror movie I would have watched with a killer dog or cat, like a killer household pet, as opposed to a spider or pterodactyl or something. And it probably maybe scarred a tiny bit in his, and then I'm not watching that shit. And I think it's a Stephen King movie. I don't know how I remember all of this. You know what I mean? But Portugal have always played shit under Martinez. Whenever I've watched them, they've never played actual exciting football. Portugal cross. Ronaldo. Not even the side net. The goalkeeper caught it. Very nearly. Crazy that Ange Postecoglou is in charge of is it Nasser, Al Ali, Al Hilal, whichever one. They all sound the same anyways. Confuses me. It's just been a shit game. But I'm looking forward to seeing something in the DCU as well. Proper horror film. And listen, James Mangold was part of my childhood with the Wolverine. Loved that film. Um, so I'm looking forward to watching something. Maybe love's a strong word. I need to rewatch it, but but no, I grew up on the Wolverine quite a bit because I had a massive crush on Viper. But hopefully, over the bar, more things get announced because I feel like half of the slate that was promised this year: Superman, Creature Commandos, Supergirl, Lanterns, and whatever else. But then you've got Paradise Lost. That's not even had any updates. Um, the Authority got scrapped because it wasn't deemed fit for purpose. To quote Paul Mitchell, nobody's gonna know what that is. Anyways, Blue Beetle's gonna get an animated series as a sequel, probably to push him into the DCU. Um, Swamp Thing was waiting for James Mangold to be made available, and he's got like two or three works on the go. Teen Titans is happening without any form of build up to the team. They're just gonna exist, which I find lazy. But then again, I've never read the Teen Titans comics. I'm a bit iffy when it comes to super groups. Portugal have a free kick. The issue is people slag off Bruno Fernandes, but if your team signed him, you'd be over the moon because he's a very good footballer. He's annoying to watch. He has a petulance to him to the referees, but you would take him in your team. Uh, Wonder Woman's been fucked over so many times by DC. It's crazy. The best thing she ever had outside of the DCEU was the Linda Carty B, Playboy Carty, the Linda Carter 70s TV series outside of the DCEU. That's the best Wonder Woman's ever got. You've had the 2012 Adrian Palicki pilot that never went anywhere. You've got uh, what else do you have? The Kathy Lee Crosby film that was what, a year before Linda Carter's film that spun off into a TV show or something. Kathy Lee Crosby is also a tennis player, I believe. So yeah. Oh, um, Yeah, Spain, Portugal, semi-deal with it. Shot, saved, Diogo Costa. Um, I just feel like there's no thorough line for the DCU. The same Gods and Monsters, which works for the Kryptonians and Clayface. But that's all that's announced. Creature Commandos works. Peacemaker, not really, but I suppose he kind of needed a way to get into the DCU from the DCEU, so that's an exception to the rule. Lanterns are not really gods and monsters, but I suppose if you really want to be pedantic and be like, it's got monsters in it that are central and integral to the future of the DCU, fine. But it's like the fact that I don't think James Gunner's going to be doing another Suicide Squad. There's not going to be a Justice League, and it's like, mate, if that's true, because I know that the Justice League has kind of tanked its box office. But that wasn't the fault of anybody but WB themselves. But like, what is James Gunn doing? That's what I want to know. What I want to know is what is James Gunn actually doing? Because he's got Superman, Supergirl, Clearface, and Man of Tomorrow happening. Film-wise, Man of Tomorrow is the sequel to Superman, but isn't properly a sequel, kind of like how BVS is to MOS. Um, which one seems out of place here? The Superman film, the Supergirl film, the Clayface film, or the Superman film? Supergirl crushes a woman. No, no. Clayface is literally, why does it exist? Sandwiched in between a Kryptonian trilogy, which is what that feels like, and having nothing else. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be, who's like, the, I'm not trying to be pedantic or whatever, but you're making a Batman villain film without having actually cast a Batman. You are doing what Sony did for Spider-Man, and yet you mocked Sony. You threw them out the door. You laughed on their grave. But it's okay for James Gunn to produce a Clayface film when there's no Batman. And let's not be all, oh, he was in Creature Commandos. A character that didn't speak. Who plays him in the DCU? Oh, living on a prayer. I just don't understand it. Living on a prayer. Um, Clayface will come out in October for obvious reasons, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a horror film. I love horror. Simple as that. Oh, living on a prayer. Oh, living on a prayer. Yeah, he's loving it. Look at him. He's like the DJ. Oh, halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. With a few more changes. None for Spain so far, just Portugal. How Cancelo and how Felix off. Two changes left. Awful place to be on it. Leado that always dives. Kept diving in the Euros. Free kick. But I do think that the future of the DCU lies with Dwayne Johnson. He knows what he's doing. Imagine that the DCU run by Dwayne Johnson would have Black Adam 1, Black Adam 2, Black Adam 3, a Black Adam animated series, a Black Adam tie-in video game, DC League of Super Pets 2, a promotional crossover with Black Adam, the live action one, and the one from League of Super Pets. It would just be crazy. That wasn't a bad film, that League of Super Pets. I didn't mind it. Jamal free kick, save corner. Ooh, clawed away again by Diogo Costa. Can't see anybody scoring. It's just been one of those games. Spain, first change about to be made. No, but it's just like, I love how our films. So I'm excited to see Clayface. My entire childhood regarding Clayface and my knowledge of him is Lego Batman 1. That is it. Unless I'm missing something else, that's my prime Clayface um, knowledge right there from the DS and the PS2 versions. You've got to drown him to stop him. And then you can play as him in the DC Villains mode on the Lego Batman 1 DS game. Don't know if there's one on the PS2. That was like two games in one. It was great. Baena off. Torres on for changes left for Spain. Shot. I think he's offside. Side net. I think he was offside anyways. Yes, Olmo, Portugal. Deal. How is Spain? Do some. Side net. This is going to extra time, isn't it? At least it was an 8 p.m. kickoff. As Olmo. Shot. Deflected. Good block. We just had that Danny Murphy. Oh, corner. No, I can't give a handball for that. Crossed in. Portugal clear from the penalty box. He's changed the game, him, whoever he is. The one who's just had the attack there. Yeah, he's had a shit game, Yamal. Throw him to Portugal. Another change being made. Portuguese, I think. No? Yes, I was looking at the wrong side of the pitch, but I still got it right. Vitinha and Pedro Neto off. Bernardo Silva and Francisco Canciao on. No changes left for Portugal in normal time. Oh, excuse me. Crossed in. Spain throw in. Has there even been like a proper campaign goal in the second half or not? I don't feel like there has been. I feel like it's just been a very shit game. This was Portugal in a nutshell in the Euros, and they still kept Martinez, and even Portuguese fans were saying what they're doing. Everybody was saying what they're doing. Honestly, it's pathetic. You're looking at it and you're going, okay, so you're Roberto Martinez. Portugal could barely score a goal in normal time. Let's allow him 2 years later to be in the 2026 World Cup. And the same thing's happening. Olmo and Petri are off. Moreno and Ruiz are on. 2 changes left for Spain in normal time. Who's hired goal? Living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Living on a prayer. Living on a prayer. Cross court. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We've got each other, and that's it. Oh no, we'll give it a shot. Power and header by Cucurella there. Let's see the match momentum. Oh, who gives a fuck about that? Who really gives a toss? It doesn't matter. I don't care what the momentum is. Who's got the most goals in the match? Nobody. No team. Is it Switzerland? Are they in the World Cup still? I feel like they are, but I can't remember who they beat. I didn't even know Colombia were in the World Cup. I'm not trying to be horrible, but I saw nothing about them. But you can't tell me nearly a month has passed already from the Mexico-South Africa game to now. That's crazy. Life's flying by. I'm in my own place. Freedom. But I'm being surprisingly good. Getting up, going to work. You know what I mean? Got each other, and I'm so not forward. We'll give it a shot. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a... That was awful. It is going to extra time. Probably the penners as well. I can smell it. Portugal haven't even. Has Ronaldo even done anything? Who's Ronaldo? Who is he? Who is he? Why are you wasting time? Look at you, Diogo Costa. Why are you wasting time? Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Wasting time. Do you really want to be doing this for 30 more minutes? Plus, maybe penners? I don't think so, mate. So get your fucking act together. Get your fucking head screwed on. Fuck off. Whoa, everybody's unhappy there. Yellow card, first off the game. Yeah, it's not the best, like, not the best at all. But it's that Man City Arsenal rivalry. See, went to Barcelona. Atletico Madrid, he's went somewhere in Spain. Bernardo Silva, Portuguese, yellow card number 10. Really? World Cup extra time? Portugal or Spain? So I was going to say it can't be Portugal because he literally said they were in pennants. Got each other, and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, make it, I swear. Did I miss anything? 6 minutes added on. No? Oh, 1-0. Mikel Moreno. 1-0 Spain. As soon as the extra time went up, he was like, 6 minutes. I'm number 6. Get in there. The Ronaldo downfall. He's unhappy. He's unhappy. Cry me a river, Ripaldo. Cry me a river. Let me taste your tears. Let me taste them. The tears of your victim in LA, Las Vegas, wherever it may be. Oh, he's Miles on side. Miles. Oh, oh, get in there. Ronaldo, shut up. Ronaldo, shut up. Ronaldo, shut up. Come on there. Come on there. Messi's my goat. Messi's my goat. Come on. Cream on her. There he is. He's livid. Well, Ronaldo, if you had actually did something during the game, if you had actually did something such as put the ball in the back of the net, whoa, take my hand, we'll make it us way. Whoa, living on a prayer. What's Ronaldo doing? Get in the box, you divvy. Yellow card there. Yellow card for Renato Veiga, number 13 for Portugal. I know Veiga from Street Fighter. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch it be like 1-1 Ronaldo, 96th minute. Crossed in. Crossed in. Exactly, Danny Murphy. Me and Bob the Cat agrees with me. He's not in Preston. He's in Southend with me. I agree because he used to play for Newcastle on loan from Borussia Dortmund. Never really got a look in though for some reason. One more change. Crossed in. Crossed. Oh no! Because he like sarcastically patted him on the head. That's why he's unhappy. Change for Spain. Fires the ball off. Iglesias on. No changes left. One last attack for Portugal. What are you doing, man? Just get the ball up. Why do they keep passing it back? Yellow card, Ferran Torres, number 7 for Spain. Crossed in. Fernandez. The final score, Portugal 0, Spain 1. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.